Me and my wife spent a weekend trying out the best AI fiction writing tools, and in this video I will show you our top 3 picks. And let's start with the best one. So our favorite pick is called Sudowrite AI. This one is the go-to AI fiction writing tool for a lot of fiction writers. And it's clear why, because this tool comes with a lot of features that help you write better and faster. And here's how easy it is to use. So just go to their website and sign up. Then they just ask you a couple of questions of your writing goals, and then you're all set. Then here is your Sudowrite AI dashboard. So to start writing your fiction, just pick the brain dump feature. This is the place where you can jot down your ideas. Or if you already have something written down, you can just copy paste that text into Sudowrite and let it take care of the rest. Please make sure to give it at least 20 words to begin with, because this way the AI can actually understand what you're about to say and where it should take your story to. The more input you provided, the better the output. That being said, let's move on. So if you choose the Story Bible mode, the tool gives you several fields to customize your writing. You can add characters, genres, or different outlines. For example, I wanted to include my character called Casper the Ghost into my writing. And since I wanted to give it a horror vibe, I changed the genre to horror. And here you can see some of the text that it produced me. Not gonna lie, I'm pretty impressed what it was able to produce, but also right off the get-go I must mention something. This story still feels a bit flat. And that's simply because I did not give it a lot of my text to consume before it started to write. So the AI can't read my thoughts, so basically it is just guessing what are the best words that would follow based on my inputs, and the less input I give it, the wilder the predictions are gonna get and the less they remind of my unique writing style. So if you use Sudowrite or any other AI writing tool for that matter, make sure to give it as much input as possible. But now let's move on to the pros and cons of Sudowrite AI. So first of all, it is very easy to use. And as I said, a tool like this is a perfect companion for writing fiction, so you can come up with more storylines. You can overcome writer's block. You can do brainstorming. And more importantly, you can enhance your writing to the next level. And then we move on to the cons. So you have credit-based usage limits. So for a very productive writer, this can get very expensive. And also there is a very limited free trial, and subscription is needed pretty quickly if you want to actually use it. And lastly, this tool does not automate writing for you. You have to do 99% of the work, but the AI will just take it to the next level. Then as the second best AI fiction writing tool on the list, we have Novelcrafter AI. And this one is a super comprehensive AI fiction writing platform. So you have a lot of cool core features over here. Then you have the manuscript features, planning features, you have the Codeex that remembers stuff so you don't need to restate it to the AI every single time. You have a lot of cool AI features, and then you can also chat with your scenes and context and stuff like that. So basically this is like a proper full-on AI fiction writing platform that actually takes a while to learn how to use, and even without these AI features, this would be an epic platform to create content at. And what makes Novelcrafter different is that it's not just tied to a single AI writing model. Instead, you can connect multiple models such as ChatGPT, Claude AI, or even your local AI LLM tools. Very similar to Sudowrite AI, Novelcrafter is ridiculously easy to use. Just head over to their website, sign up, and start creating. There is a generous 21-day free trial. Once you have signed up, you're going to see a dashboard that looks like this. I started by creating a completely new novel. This time I let Novelcrafter decide the title for my new novel by clicking the Surprise Me feature. And apparently it came up with a title called The Post-Human Colony. And as you can see, it is not like ChatGPT that is just producing text and you send more input, But you can tweak all these different options here. For example, here I am giving the chapter number 1 an opening scene where the main character is introduced. And as you can see, you can always add new scenes and characters and chapters anytime. But as I suggested in the introduction, the main feature in Novelcrafter is the ability to connect it to these different AI writing generators. Just an example, if you want to connect Novelcrafter to ChatGPT, all you need to do is have a ChatGPT account, then grab your API key and copy paste it to Novelcrafter AI. And as you do this, you're going to give next level superpowers to Novelcrafter, since it's now going to be able to use ChatGPT, that is the latest state-of-the-art AI writing tool, to produce the content while offering you this extensive platform where you can modify everything and anything. So just an example, in Novelcrafter you can add a custom point of view. You can create subtitles, you can include in AI context, you can summarize scenes, detect characters, chat with a specific scene, duplicate scenes, and then you can also access the history such as scene summary, scene contents, you can copy scene beats and copy scene prose. And also, as you can see, the text editor is not just producing text, but you have all these different formatting options out there as well. So from this you can already see how much handier using a tool like this is than using ChatGPT, because on ChatGPT you're just relying on sending those messages, but here you get to do every single thing you might want to do as a fiction writer all in one place with a single click of a button. So Novelcrafter's Codeex is a handy tool that keeps track of your characters, locations, and other story details. When the AI generates text, it uses the information from the Codex. This keeps things consistent, and it also helps you brainstorm your ideas, because you don't have to tell every single detail to the AI over and over again. Now let's move on to the pros and cons. So the pros are that this one is highly customizable. There are loads of features that support your writing progress. And it's actually a good editor even if you're not using AI at all. And lastly, as the previous one, this one's also a browser-based tool, which means you don't need to install anything. Then we move on to the cons, and the first one is that this one actually has a bit of a steep learning curve. So there are all these different features and sub-products basically that you might feel overwhelmed by at the beginning. And also, if you connect this with the API to ChatGPT, for example, this is going to cost you a lot, because now you're not just paying for Novelcrafter, but you're also paying for ChatGPT, so there is a double cost essentially. And just like with Sudowrite AI, this one's also not a replacement for you, but it's just giving you handy tools and features to take your writing to the next level and to save you some time while doing so. And then last but not least, let's move on to the third tool on the list, which is a free platform. And this one's called Raptor Write, and we had to test this one as well to see how well it performs with fiction writing. So to use this tool, just head over to their website and sign up. And they encourage new users to take this kind of a short tutorial class by Future Fiction Academy. And as I promised in the introduction of this tool, this platform is free to use. But to our surprise, you actually need to have an API access to another AI called OpenRouter, which actually charges you based on how much you use their service. So this is, after all, not a free tool. But now let me show you how it actually works and what kinds of results you can expect from it. If you're stuck in your writing, you can just copy paste whatever you have produced thus far and paste it to this tool and tell the AI to continue your writing. And remember to be specific. The more information and details you give in your prompt, the better the outputs will be. And you don't need to be a prompt genius. Actually, that kind of stuff doesn't even exist. Anyone can use AI writing tools, and that is the power of it. But if you spend 15 seconds on the input, you're going to get way worse results than somebody who is, for example, spending 10 minutes on the input by giving all the details and context and whatnot. So for instance, here I have given a short input for the AI that says, Naki is a small Labrador puppy who is exploring the world. And here's how the AI continues my story. His tiny paws pattering across the dewdrop-covered grass as he sniffs at every fascinating scent that crosses his path. So as you can see, right off the get-go, it feels quite flat because I just gave it a couple of words of input. But the better input I give it, the more I provide it with my unique writing style, the more accurate the results also are going to be. But now let's move on to the pros and cons of this tool. So first and foremost, it is free. At least you get to use the platform for free, but if you want to write, it will still cost you something. And also it is very easy to use. Then there's also the free writing class, and then the interface is very easy, unlike the previous one where you actually have to spend time learning how to use it first. But then the cons are that you actually have to provide it with very good prompts if you want to get any good results. Also, this tool is not very flexible and the features are very limited.